Okay, hello, everyone. Welcome to week 3 of the Healthy Gut Challenge. Today, I want to pop into your inbox and talk to you about mindful eating. Gas, bloating, distension, feeling overly full after a meal, maybe even belching or maybe mild reflux, indigestion. Those are not fun. And so many of my clients have major GI dysfunction, which does require more of an in-depth intervention. But in many cases, a lot of my clients will find major relief just by simply adopting a few principles and strategies when it comes to eating, what I call mindful eating. So, I want to share with you some of the biggest tips and the 4 areas to focus on. And don't be fooled by how simple these ideas seem at first. They are super powerful. I've seen clients dramatically improve their digestion, their energy, and their nutrition just with these 4 steps. We are just living in a stress crazed, kind of go, go, go society, and it can be really hard to implement pretty simple principles consistently, but I know you can do it. Just like anything else, it just has to become a priority. And so my hope is that by reading the section on mindful eating in the book, paying attention to what I'm sharing today, and just taking note and prioritizing these 4, you can not only have optimal gut health, but really make a change for your overall health as well. So let's dive into these. The first one is to slow down. I know it's super easier said than done at times, especially if you were raised in a big family. You couldn't have seconds or your dessert until you practically inhaled what was on your plate. But digestion does take time, and digestive secretions such as stomach acid, bile, and the pancreatic enzymes need time to fully be excreted. And if we're stressed, it takes even longer. If you wolf down your meal in a hurry, with a very full stomach, you're going to have trouble mixing the acid and the enzymes into your food. And all on its own, this dynamic creates indigestion. So think of trying to blend a batch of stir fry in a coffee cup. There's just not enough room, right? And when it spills over, you're belching, you're burping, you're going to have reflux. And that's the same thing that can happen when you don't slow down and chew your food. It also takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to signal to your brain that you're actually full and to help reduce that sense of hunger. So, gulping down your food in 10 minutes and you're more likely to overeat and you're going to end up feeling bloated. I can promise you pretty soon after. So, just get in the habit, get in the habit of slowing down, putting your fork and knife down in between bites, sitting back in your chair, chewing your food, even like take a few minutes to have some delightful conversation and then go back to eating. So be present, be really, really be present for meal times. We're going to talk about how prioritizing eating is really, really important as well. So slow down. Okay, number 2 is chew, chew, chew your food. Believe it or not, on average, we chew a bite of food only about 6 times max before we end up swallowing it. And this is a huge part of digestion. It's the very first process of digestion that takes place in your mouth. And this is a voluntary, like meaning that we control this portion of digestion. So the less we chew our food, the harder our GI tract has to work. This can really create post-meal fatigue. So ideally, you chew your food until it's almost a liquid before swallowing. This is also going to help reduce any gas that you might have and really help with any like post-meal fatigue that you're experiencing as well. When we swallow chunks of food, it's harder for our digestive enzymes in our intestines and our stomach to do their job. So when carbohydrates hang around too long, the bacteria in our guts feast too much on them and they create a gas buildup, which is known as a metabolic byproduct. And so the result is going to be that bloating, that distension in your stomach, that flatulence. So if you're really slowing down and chewing your food, you'll avoid all of that. So literally chew every bite of food 20 to 30 times, except maybe your soup or something that's super soft like a yogurt. But ideally, you want to chew again until it's liquid, okay? Um, all right. prioritize eating. Many people just feel like eating is somehow a waste of time unless it's done while you're multitasking. Um, it's pretty fascinating to think about. Like, this is the one thing that we can do that's literally going to have an impact on our future body and our future health. We just kind of get in this habit of eating on the go, whether it's in our car, while we're in between meetings. Maybe it's while you're literally just standing at the counter preparing a meal for your children and you decide you're just going to eat real quick. All of these are just a recipe for indigestion, for inability to digest properly, and they're definitely going to have an impact on your health. So we recommend that you sit down, eat at the kitchen table again, make eating a priority. When we eat in a way that doesn't allow our nervous system to fully relax or move into that parasympathetic mode, we literally push out less digestive fluids. Um, so we want to get out of that fight or flight mode and get into that rest and digest mode. Take a couple breaths. The body needs oxygen to properly digest. So help calm your body and support digestion by taking a few calming breaths when you sit down to a meal, before you start a meal, maybe even halfway through that meal. And then just really relax and savor, like enjoy what you're doing, enjoy what you're eating. Enjoy the colors, the textures, the aromas, the flavors. Many of us are just mentally somewhere else while we're eating. Maybe we're thinking about what's on TV or something that happened that day. And we're not really focused on just chewing our food, being present, enjoying the moment, and giving thanks for what we've got. So the result is that the brain tends to miss out and we're just much more likely to overeat. Distractions increase food intake, and this is going to be something that we pay for later. So again, just prioritize your meals, slow down, chew your food. And then lastly, one of the biggest things you can do is not drink too much at mealtime. Yes, you do need to be hydrated, and yes, you do want to drink water. But really, the best time to hydrate is between your meals. So when you consume large amounts of water during a meal, you're going to dilute the acidity of your stomach and you're going to slow your digestion. So if you drink too much as well, you could really create this feeling of fullness. Um, and yeah, it's not fun, right? So if it's near mealtime and you feel thirsty, make it a point to drink your water or drink something prior to your food, to your meal, and then give your body just a few minutes before you start eating. The best thing to do is to ideally drink liquids or like a large glass of liquids 20 minutes before you eat. So this allows the liquid to get to your stomach and clear through it before your digestive system really needs to go to work digesting your food. So in between meals is the best time, not utilizing mealtime as a time where you kind of put that thirst signal to rest or really chug a bunch of water or drink several glasses of milk or soda pop. It's just going to impede on your stomach's ability to utilize enzymes and gastric juices. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Again, don't dismiss the fact that mindful eating can go a long way for your digestion, for the ability for your stomach to digest properly, your intestines to function properly, all those amazing enzymes, juices, nutrients to be released to do their job. Because really your health depends on it, right? Digestion is the foundation of all health, and eating, the way you eat, is an incredibly important part of that. So continue to read your book, have a refresher on this, make yourself little post-its if you need to, and make this a priority for your health. Okay, I wish you all the best as you head into week 3, and I can't wait to share more with you in week 4.